Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Bahle, also known as Siba, and today I'll be giving you guys more of a chit chat about my highs and lows and my struggles with being an unemployed grad in 2020. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So the reason why I thought of this is that I saw that Bonandona. I remember a while back, Umlandi Ngoma put up a tweet about something like, if you're at a certain age in your life, you're supposed to have had this and this and that, and if you haven't achieved anything by that, so I think she said by 30 or something, if you haven't achieved anything, you guys are welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, if you haven't achieved anything by that certain age, it means that you failed or something along those lines. That's what I interpreted from that tweet. And I was like, go, guys. I was like, Ngoma, how dare she speak like this? She doesn't know the struggles and this and this and that. That kind of triggered the thought of me realizing that actually me not working and me not actually getting to the next level after graduating is starting to get to me without me even knowing it. And now my feelings towards ungapangeli is starting to manifest in how I comment about other people and their perspectives about life, you know, of which Unandi is sitting in her house with her kids and her husband, having a great time with her life. But what happened was that I got triggered by it because I felt to myself, I had planned my life out like so well to the T. From when the moment I entered high school and I picked subjects and I was like, okay, I'm going to do electrical engineering. After matric, I'm going to do electrical engineering. I'm going to go to this varsity. I'm going to graduate, get married, have kids. 30 years old, I have everything down on lock. And that should have alerted in my mind that life doesn't go the way you plan it sometimes, you know, but it didn't. Okay, it's fine, I'm still within the time, I'm gonna study and whatnot. And you know my journey with varsity from the previous video that I did, and if you don't know, you're more than welcome to watch it. There's a chit chat get ready with me video that's based on me graduating at the age of 27. So obviously from matric I was 17 and I graduated at 27, so you can imagine the mess that happened in between then. So what I want to get at is that by the time I was done with my diploma, by the time I wrote my exams, when I wrote my exams, and you know when you're writing your exams, you can feel I'm acing this. You know, you're writing and you're like, I was like, I know for sure all of this. So at that moment on, because I was so confident about my exams and passing my diploma and knowing that I already applied for my BTech, I was like, can I go BTech? Yeah. Surely after that, life is set, most because it's a pangel. Yeah, and life didn't go that way. It didn't go that way at all. Sure, I wrote my exams. That's Basangyan exams. I went to NMU. I did my BTech. I did my BTech. The founder, that Kriba, graduated, had 2 graduations in 1 year, and I was like, literally, like, no man, oh God has set up this year for me. Okay, I'm actually kind of drinking, like a little bev nyana that I had saved up, fortunately for me, without even knowing that Usra was gonna kind of hurt us again. But anyway, excuse the whole clump of fruit. I had to lie because my mom was in the lounge, so I had to pretend as if I'm drinking like a health juice and fill it up with the sweets. But anyway, that's besides the story time, this video. So I'm like, no man, like, graduating in twice in a year. Graduation for my diploma happened in May last year, and I graduated for my BTech in December. So I was like, this year is on a high. Like, I am doing things, I'm graduating, I'm doing all these things, and I was like, no man, if God can have all these things aligned for me this year, he's obviously opening up the next chapter for me. The next chapter for me is opened up, it's ready, it's prepped up for me to just set sail and to have, you know, a great life, and for me to head on in the industry and become this great person. It didn't work out that way. What December? Even during the year, like in the WhatsApp groups, and people were sharing like a post about, okay guys, put me posting the team, and qualify for the experience 10 years and coming now. But I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's okay, it's cool. Something's gonna come up because the pass was something's gonna come up, and because I'm in demand, right? And that's another thing that we get tricked into believing, is that because you're studying this thing, it's scarce. So there's a scarcity in the industry. There's a need for you to be there. Of which, but there's a need for you to be there, yes, but there's other people employed there as well. So I'm shutting out. At the time when you think shutting out, I'm shutting out. But anyway, so I've graduated. I had a great time. What December? I go December. We're living the best life because I'm like, yo, I finally achieved the things I wanted to achieve so badly for so long. And what happened was it almost felt like life just gave me a pause from December. And then I was like, okay, no, it's just December. I mean, companies are shut down. Companies are closed down. So it's understandable, but these things happen with December. January comes up. Okay, no, companies are still opening up. Like, it's okay. Like, it's a new year. Things aren't always, going okay. Hey, Febafik, aye, man. Man, it's not so funny anymore. It's not so funny. They are updated, they are teeny, and nothing's happening. I'm applying for work, I'm not getting replies. I'm applying for posts, I'm getting rejections instead. I'm applying, I'm not getting any, short listings. I'm not being told to come back. I'm not being told, well, okay, nothing. Like nothing. It literally felt like I stepped into the world and there was no one there anymore. Come on, it felt like that. It felt like I just finished up this one chapter when I was finally opening up the doors for the next chapter. That's what it felt. We get told most, but the more ufunda, the better your chances are of getting work. So obviously, gone are the days where, I mean, sure, you can still get work when you have a matric, but there's very few any good jobs really when you just have a matric. So now I'm like, okay, let me study further. You study further. Just as diploma anymore is not just enough. It's not enough. You have to do a BTech. So I do my BTech. I do my BTech dipase, still nothing. And it felt like such a slap in the face of, maybe just because I took so long to actually finish, I got there too late. Maybe it's because my qualification isn't that great, because I did be taking construction management as opposed to quantity surveying. Anyone who's familiar with the built environment courses knows that when you do your diploma in building, when you do your BTech after your diploma, you can either venture into construction management or quantity surveying. Myself, but did I even pick the right BTech? Like, is it wrong? Like, was it bad? Did I make the bad choice? And now I find myself doubting back, well, diploma. Why did I even do this diploma? Why did I listen to people saying that to me? But infinitely, because why did I go back to it when I did? Why did I do this and this and that? I find myself doubting myself. I find myself doubting my marks, doubting my capabilities. I look at my CV, I'm like, hey, like, I look at all these things and you start questioning yourself. You start questioning every single aspect. But maybe maybe I'm not as great as I actually think I am. Maybe I'm not this person that I've been sold ideas about. I am not this great person, and after all those years of struggling, writing all those exams, you find yourself reverting to thinking maybe all of this was a waste of time. And I found myself in that place of just doubting everything, doubting my capabilities, doubting my efforts, doubting why I'm in this position, doubting myself, and blaming myself for putting myself in this position of ungaqabufunda in time. I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe if I finished studying Gwangokia, I would have been in a better position. Maybe I would have found work back then when we were more in demand. And now you study, do all these things, and you get told things like, in like construction, in good recession, in like a sakasha band, it's like, project. When you get told things like that, and it's reality, man. But things aren't going that great in the country. Things aren't going that well, like in the industry. But no matter what those people were saying, it wasn't comforting me. It was almost like adding on to the stresses that I have already. Ooh, guys, let me go live. And now, when I was studying and when I was working back then, I decided to go back to school. I started to align myself in abundant and remember, okay, when I'm done studying, I'm gonna speak to so and so and so and so, because so and so is a company, so and so is venturing doing his own thing, so and so works for this department, and they can help me get in, like help me in terms of applying for a post and tell me what's there, what's not. If they need someone in their company, they're gonna help me. I started aligning myself with people that I thought would better my opportunities when I was done studying, and it didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way at all. And I can't even blame those people and be like, but when on Tempe say what? The companies I was working at, and I was told, but I come back knocking on those same doors and I get told, I found a database. And it's like, but so I should come back. Like when you said I should come back, you didn't tell me about the database. You didn't tell me about any of these things. And now when you come back to those very same people that you worked hard for, you pushed yourself in, and you told yourself, okay, I'm making my name for myself here, so when I come back, you come back, it's like, hi, shisi yakho pha emnyango. No. Me? It's such a painful thing to experience. It's such a painful thing to experience. And because it's such a male-dominated industry, like, Abaputi guys are very, very sneaky with the things they do. I don't know how many times I've met someone and they're like, oh my God, what did you study? Oh my gosh, no, give me your contacts, give me your email address, email me your CV, email me your things, we'll talk. Call me and follow up with me. Okay, I'll call you and follow up with you. I call the person Dololo. I email the person Dololo. Hey, I WhatsApp quack. And it's like, but you're the one that approached me in Galand. You know? Like, I'll tell the person this is not in life one, because I don't want to impose my problems on other people. But I'll talk to a person, like, let's say I meet the person in a restaurant or at spa or anywhere else. Talk to this person and they'll ask, okay, so what are you doing with it? Like, go on, what are you doing? What are you just studying? And I'm like, no, I studied construction management, but right now in government management. What? No, man, we're actually doing a project. And the person will go in for this project, about the project in Jan and Jan. I'm the edit notes most because they are and I am most. But oh, they tell you yes. And the next thing, fuck. And now you find yourself doubting, but was I maybe overthinking everything? Like, maybe I was just like, maybe they were just creating conversation. Maybe it's just me overthinking that them being, them conversing wasn't actually anything deep of those I won't pressure. It was just a conversation. It wasn't anything up there. And on the other side, the things that I've experienced as well is where a person will approach me and be like, okay, no, like, randomly. They're like, okay, no, we have a new project coming up and I think I need Umdofana now. Like, the person, your personality and the things you studied. So give me your CV, give me your this and that. Call the person, like, you know what, I'm actually very busy. Don't, but it's fine. No, I'll get back to you. Cool, come and understand and I'm a project and go on life yakos. And then the next thing I get told something like, when I actually saw you, I actually really, really liked you and I want to go out with you and I want to do this. When can you come over to my place? When can you come chill? I'm like, and I'm like, because you're like, now I'm not going to get umsebenzi because forget everything else about me wanting umsebenzi. Okay, and now you're like, do I have to play into this to get umsebenzi? Like, do I have to pretend as if I like you like that in order for you to actually consider me for umsebenzi? If I'm being honest and tell you, but hi man, but this is inappropriate. I've shut down my whole opportunity of getting anything at all. And at the same time, me shutting it down, because I can't answer when I like, you shouldn't be telling me, but when can you come visit me? I'm free tonight. Okay, one. It's such a slap in the face because you're like, and it also kind of just diminishes your confidence as well because you're like, in a very weird way, it kind of just messes up with your confidence a bit because you're like, am I too attractive to work in construction? Am I too attractive to be employed now? Like, what is this? Like, why am I being told things like, and this has happened to me more than twice already, where a person will approach me, then the next thing they're like, yo, like, so when can you come through to come see me? Don't. And then I'm like, but did you check your emails though? Like, I sent my CV and stuff. No, I'll get to that, but and you're like, okay, this almost sounds like a whole big vent now, and it's not a venting, but it's just a matter of just the struggles that I've experienced so far. And so when lockdown happened, it almost became like lockdown happened, I almost felt like, finally a break from all of this pressure and all of this feeling of feeling like I have to be in such a rush to get umsebenzi, and all this questioning that I'm getting, because not only is it just it's just myself wanting to hustle, but now my family, like, I'm getting emails, like my mom, I hope she can't hear me, but sometimes she doesn't help the situation, where I'm not the kind of person to speak. I'm not the kind of person to be like, okay, can fake CV 5 namhlanje, and then next day I do the same thing, because it hurts me to fake CV because that win and not get a reply. So I tell you when I get a reply, and instead I'll get viewed as someone who's not trying, of which I am trying, but I'm not going to tell you every single time I get no, because so now I have to retell Lord no again. So that's another thing that I keep experiencing, where people are like, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm like, I have a profile on everything. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Pnet, I'm on Best Jobs, I'm on I don't know, Jubal or Jubal I'm on that, I'm on what's the other one? I'm on so many of these things. So many of them have my CV. So many of them. Career 24, zonke down nazo, guys. And I keep getting told, but hi man, faka payan unai till unai. No, I have mntaz. Yonke lento mandiyenza ndiyenzile. Ndiyenzile. So it's like you're questioning if am I trying hard enough or not, of which I am trying hard. But what else can you do when everything that you're getting is just a rejection at every angle? It's just different perspectives, different ways of getting or no. Yeah, like there's different ways that I'm getting or no. I'm still applying, I'm still doing all these things, I'm still searching, and it's not easy because now because in the reverse, people are being retrenched and other companies are shutting down because of the repercussions of lockdown. So it's just a matter of finding yourself in a position where you want progression so badly, but sometimes the world is just not ready to give you that progression. And you have to be okay with that idea, but I've tried my best, I've tried my hardest to show everyone, but I'm here, I'm ready for the world to take me in, and the world's just not ready for you right now. Like, the perfect position for you hasn't been created yet. I know people that were employed a year later. I know people that were employed 5 years later. I know people that were employed 2 years later. I know people that reverted completely out of the industry that they studied for altogether. So life doesn't always go according to how you plan it. Life doesn't always go according to the vision that you had and where you actually even positioned yourself. Like, where, let's put it like this, if there's a straight road and you can see but start to this is start and this is you, and you're like, okay, I'm still here. Life doesn't always go according to, okay, I'm going to press on start and go. Sometimes you'll press on start and you'll stay on start. Bomba, you're not moving in any position whatsoever. You've been an intern, you get renewed your contract, intern, assistant, and that's just how things are sometimes. Or you'll stay here, you'll progress, and you're totally unhappy. You're totally unhappy with the work environment, you're totally unhappy with your colleagues, totally unhappy with everyone who you're interacting to and your superiors, and it's gone to a point where it's messing up with your mental state, to a point where you're even doubting your career altogether. But you know what, let me just stop this whole thing altogether and just stay at home. So what I'm doing right now in this lockdown and in this period of just being within my first year of not working is staying calm. If there's anything that I've learned about myself, is that the best way for me to handle any stress and any kind of pressure that I may be feeling or putting on myself is to literally just stay calm, and to realize that the right opportunity will come at the right time. It will come in a position where I'm ready to get it and I'm ready to take it on. Another thing that I've taught myself is to not listen to the outside pressure of the world, and to not feel pressured by how people view life based on their experiences of life. When Nandingoma put out that tweet, that's Goa song, oh my god, how could Nandi say this? I'm doing this, but then I'm like, what value does that add to my life? Me wasting my energy and putting out that negative energy into the world, and putting out the negative energy of my stresses and frustrations out on the world, what does that help with? How does that build me as a person? What does that do with me as a person? That's why I think sometimes that's why I try and even pull back from posting on social media too much, like posting out tweets and posting out like what thoughts on whatnot on Twitter and Instagram, on Facebook or whatever, because I always feel like someone's going to read this and what are they going to take from this? It's a social media platform. It's public. Everyone can see this. So if I'm writing this down, I'm telling the whole about this, what is it helping? Who am I helping with this? Am I helping myself? Because I'm sure not. I'm just venting, but it's not helping anyone. I could sit in my room and talk to the wall. That's still venting. But me writing down, how can someone write like this not knowing the reality? Yeah, sure, Nyan. I'm stating my opinion and whatnot, but for me personally, it doesn't help me in any way. So I need to stop doing that. And I've realized that, but I need to actually back down. I need to chill, just relax, and like, I don't need to participate in all of this thing because I didn't. I remember a while ago, and just to add on this thing of projecting on emotions of Manyabantu and things I post about the world and letting them affect me. I remember a while ago, this guy posted on Twitter. I don't got Twitter, guys. Weird sometimes. So anyway, he only sees himself dating a girl that's earning around 50k a month, and everyone was like, oh my god. Oh my god, like people were so critical of that, and people were so angry, and now I'm disappointed as well. Putting that negative energy out there, oh my god, like, you might miss the right person just because they live this. But Lamdu, based on their experiences of their life and based on the things that based on where they see themselves, that's what they want. That's what they want to attract. And you don't know what that person is doing to get to that level of their life, to find themselves wanting umtu who's at that level. They're actually earning 70k a month, and they're like, no, I'm okay with someone who earns 50k a month. That's just what they see for themselves. It's the same way you can dream and say, ndifuna iJaguar for myself, and ndifuna iAudi, and then ndifuna mansion by the lake, and I want a boat. Who am I to come to you and tell you about it's opinions zam nge-life yam endiyifuna, zii-projections zam endizifunayo for i-life yam, ndifuna uzimanifesta mna for i-life yam. So who are you to come to me and say to me ayikho nto uyicingayo, ayikho nto utshitayo? It's what I want for myself. It's what I want for my life. That's what I want. So I took that and I was like, you know what, from now on, and when there's so many in life, sometimes you have to take things as lessons. Take things as lessons, take things as just as experience and move on from them. But what I took from that was, guys, so just to revert back to the key things that I've learned is that just focus on what you want. Focus on what makes you happy. Just to divert a bit. When I was doing my diploma, my mom didn't think I was going to make it. because of me failing over and over. As much as she didn't give up on me, but there was a time where she was like, so she gave me a form to fill in from my police station. And to satisfy her, I actually filled in all those forms. Then I came to the police station, I kept on Pangala, Cambridge, Pangala, maybe King, or I think I picked Gunubi. And I picked all these lonely places that I thought, man, is and come on, I wouldn't struggle a bit to Pangala. So I picked all these places and they called me. They literally called me and told me to go come write a test. Like, it test up at Cambridge, and I didn't go because I was like, nobody police. But just to satisfy my mom, I didn't even tell her. So when she watches this, she'll know. But imagine if I give up on myself and nobody police. I wouldn't have finished my diploma, I wouldn't have finished my BTEC. And I wouldn't have been fabulous. I would have been a police, but I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have been happy. So sometimes you have to make life decisions that make you happy and things that make you happy. So right now I'm buying it and I'm not getting all these things. So what I am doing is that I'm doing the things that I like. I like stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm posting up my businesses and providing those services to people. And I'm posting up these things. I'm still starting out. So I'm still trying to figure out how to maneuver marketing myself and putting myself out there, because that's the one thing I always battle with. I never put myself out there as a smart. How much more when I'm trying to market Indians on me. So I'm trying to divert into other things that put my fingers into things that I know I like and things that I know that I'm actually good at doing. I'd like to think I'm good at makeup and hair. So I'm diverting my energy into things that make me happy and things that bring out light into my life. So that's what I'm doing right now. So whether it's doing gardening outside, because I do that sometimes. I do actually help with gardening outside and I actually really find it satisfying. So it's whether it's finding things to do around the house or finding things to do around for myself. That's what I'm doing right now. And I know that eventually, okay, as I'm still applying for work, let me do these things that make me happy. Okay, cool. I'm making this amount of money. Okay, cool. Let me invest. Let me try and open up a construction company if I want to. Let me try and open up a hair salon or buy more material for my makeup thing so I can have more things to offer to clients for makeup and stuff. So I am doing all these things. I am investing myself while I'm still applying for these positions that I want, while I'm still waiting for God to put me in positions that I need to be in, while I'm still waiting for life to align things around me to best suit me so that I can find myself at the right space at the right time for that right opportunity to come to me. I'm doing things that make me happy so that when the right opportunity comes by, I'll start blame, I'll start shout, I'll start tin, because you're okay. You're mentally okay. Your mental state is okay. You're not finding yourself breaking down to a point where you can't even see opportunities when they come to you. You know what I mean? I hope this makes sense, because sometimes I struggle with articulating myself, and I hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. Yourself. Don't punish yourself with not getting by the reasoning of not getting opportunities and work opportunities out there. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to your mental health. It's not fair to your emotional health, and it's not fair to your own progression in life. Yeah, well. And honestly, this is all based on my perspective. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm trying to be like a Yanla and trying to make people hug the Mother Earth. I'm not gonna tell you to shout at. I'm not gonna tell you to look at a picture of Winnie Mandela and ask her, but does she know that you're a hoe? I'm not gonna do shit like that. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But the gist of this is to just learn to not blame yourself. To learn to not put negative energy in your life. I remember I was watching the Kardashians the other day. And I don't know why I'm giving advice from the Kardashians, but okay, it is what it is. I was Kardashians the other day, and she was one of the they were visiting mediums and spiritual healers, and the one thing they mentioned, I don't know who mentioned it in the episode, but it was mentioned that I may be paraphrasing, I may be getting it wrong, but this is how I understood what they were saying, is that how do you you have to focus on 3 types of relationships. Yes, 3 relationships. It's the relationship you have with God. So whatever higher power you believe in, your relationship with that higher power, the spiritual higher power that's out there. How do you interact with nature and people around you? How do you interact and keep the relationship with yourself? So right now I'm in a position where I'm trying to focus on my inner peace and trying to focus on my strength and trying to focus on what my weaknesses are and trying to figure out what makes me happy and what doesn't, where I can keep my peace and find my inner happiness and my inner joy. I'm finding myself in a position where I'm reviewing the relationships that I have around me, whether it's friends, whether it's family, I don't have animals because I don't have dogs, but the relationships I have with family and friends and everyone else who's around me, any other encounter that I may have, what are my relationships that I have with those people? How do I interact in that second circle? But how do I maintain relationships? How do I maintain the positive energy? Because that's the one thing that's the one theme that I have for myself, is that I always want to give out positive energy so I can receive it back. So how do I make sure that there's always joy and peace and positive energy between that phase in my life, that phase of my friends and my family? How do I ensure that I have a good relationship, and how do I ensure that there's a good positive energy between me and God and my higher power? So all in all all in all is that I want you guys to take from all of this is that yes, I'm struggling to get incidents. Yes, I'm struggling to establish myself, but I'm not crying over it. I'm not regretting anything. I'm not regretting anything. I'm not asking and doubting myself anymore. Underline anymore. Because I have done all those things. And it's normal for those things to happen. There's a reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling. You can't just be sad out of nowhere. You're sad because something made you sad. So there's a reason why those feelings were there. So that's the one thing I want you to take, is that, just to remember, is that sure, those feelings are there, and you have to understand why they're there. And the next question should be, okay, how do I fix how I'm feeling? How do I fix this? Okay, I'm applying for business, I'm not getting it. Okay, cool. So what else can I do? Do I have the opportunities? Do I have the capabilities to start a company for myself? Yes. So go and do that. I'm not saying to you go and do that, but do I have the capabilities? Do I have the capital? Do I have the manpower to be able to go into this direction? Yes. Okay, cool. Why not? Why not go into it? Do I have the capabilities and the energy to focus on the things that I love? Do I have the capitals? Do I have the assets? Do I have the materials to start whatever I want to start? Yes. Tap into that. So tap into the things that make you happy, so that you're always in constant joy and you're constantly busy, focus and circling the energy around you so that you're able to attract that positive energy from the outside world, and the right opportunity will come to you at the right time when you're in the right position to see and to attain those opportunities. I hope that makes sense. And ourselves, let's understand, but okay, I'm feeling this have a way because of this and this and that. Let's talk about these things, discuss them, so we can find a way forward and find joy in our lives. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.